The most destructive force in the known universe has been quietly shaping your financial life, and nobody ever warned you about it. Jupiter is not peaceful. Scientists used to think it protected Earth. They called it a cosmic shield, a giant guardian sitting at the edge of our solar system, absorbing threats so we never had to. That story felt good. It made sense. It was also wrong. New research revealed that Jupiter is actually a chaos machine. Its gravitational pull does not just deflect danger away from Earth. It pulls danger toward us. It has been flinging asteroids and comets in our direction for billions of years. The thing you thought was protecting you has been the hidden source of the threat the entire time. That is exactly what is happening with your money right now. There is a force in your financial life that you have been told is normal, even responsible. Something everyone around you is doing. Something that feels like stability. And it is the very thing silently destroying your ability to build wealth. By the time this video is done, you will never look at that force the same way again. But first, understand why Jupiter matters beyond astronomy. Jupiter is the largest planet in our solar system. More than 1,300 Earths could fit inside it. Its storms are not storms in any sense you can relate to. The Great Red Spot, a single storm on Jupiter's surface, has been raging for over 300 years. The winds inside that storm move faster than 500 kilometers per hour. There is no calm eye. There is no safe zone. The entire planet is violence dressed up as atmosphere. Scientists once observed Jupiter pulling a comet called Shoemaker-Levy 9 apart with its gravity, breaking it into 21 separate fragments, then slamming every single piece into itself over 6 days. The impact scars were larger than the entire planet Earth. That is what unchecked gravitational force looks like. That is what happens when something enormous and misunderstood gets close enough to affect you. Now bring that back to your wallet. The force I am talking about is called lifestyle inflation. Unlike Jupiter, most people only realize how dangerous it is after it has already done the damage. Here is how it works. You get a raise at work. Maybe $50 more per week. Maybe $500 more per month. Something shifts in your brain. You feel like you have earned more comfort, more ease, a small reward for the effort. So the spending adjusts. The takeout gets a little more frequent. The apartment gets a little nicer. The clothes get a little better. The subscription services multiply. None of it feels extreme. All of it feels justified. But your savings rate, the only number that actually builds wealth, stays exactly the same or quietly gets worse. Research from across the United States and United Kingdom consistently shows that as household income rises, savings rates often do not. People earning $100,000 a year are frequently no more financially secure than people earning $40,000. The spending simply scaled. The lifestyle grew to consume every new dollar before it could become an asset. That is Jupiter's gravity in your finances. Every time your income rises, the pull gets stronger, not weaker. And here is the part that should genuinely unsettle you. Wealth is not built by earning more. Wealth is built by keeping more of what you earn and putting it to work. A person earning $40,000 a year who consistently saves and invests 20% of their income will, over 30 years, almost certainly retire wealthier than a person earning $150,000 who saves nothing. The math is not complicated. But the behavior is almost impossible for most people because no one ever taught him to see the gap between income and wealth as the space where everything actually happens. Let me put a real number in front of you. If you invest $500 every single month starting at age 25, and that money grows at an average of 8% annually, which is roughly the long-run average of a basic index fund, by age 65 you will have approximately $1.7 million. You did not need to be brilliant. You did not need a side hustle. You did not need to pick the right stock. You needed $500 a month and time. But here is the thing about time that Jupiter teaches us. It is not forgiving. It does not wait. If you start that same $500 per month at age 35 instead of 25, you end up with approximately $750,000. 10 years. Nearly $1 million in difference. Not because you invested less. Because Jupiter took a decade of compounding away from you while you were upgrading your lifestyle. That is the asteroid impact. Quiet. Invisible on the day it begins. Catastrophic in the moment you finally see the full picture. Now here is what the wealthy actually do differently, and this is the part that will feel almost offensively simple. They automate the gap. Before their income touches their lifestyle, they route a fixed percentage directly into assets. Stocks, index funds, real estate, business equity. The lifestyle gets what is left. Most people do the opposite. They pay for life first and invest whatever survives, which is usually nothing, because lifestyle inflation is a perfect consumer of surplus. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He is worth over $100 billion. That is not an accident of frugality. That is a deliberate refusal to let lifestyle inflation consume the compounding engine. The gap between what he earns and what he spends has been working for decades without interruption. You do not need to live like Warren Buffett. But you do need to understand that every dollar that goes into a larger apartment instead of an index fund is a decision. It might feel like a lifestyle upgrade. What it actually is a trade. Comfort today for capital tomorrow. Jupiter has been doing what it does for 4.5 billion years. It does not have intentions. It does not care whether the comet survives. Lifestyle inflation operates the same way. It is not malicious. It is not personal. It is simply gravitational. The more you earn without deliberately protecting the gap, the stronger the pull gets. The scariest thing about Jupiter is not the storms. It is that it looked safe for so long. The scariest thing about your financial life is not that you are broke. It is that you might be earning more than you ever have, feeling like things are fine, and quietly falling further behind every single month because the gap between your income and your wealth is being consumed by a force you never learned to name. Name it now. Protect the gap. Automate before lifestyle touches the money. Invest early enough that time works for you instead of against you. Jupiter has been shaping the solar system without asking permission. Compounding will do the same thing in your portfolio. The only question is whether you let it work for you, or whether you let the gravity of spending pull everything off course before it ever gets the chance.